What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. It's been almost, I don't know, a year or so. Whatever. We're back. And let me tell you, we're back full time every day, Monday through Sunday, giving you a player prop video for the MLB. We have been pretty successful this season in the MLB outside of the YouTube and stuff like that. Yesterday, we had a bad day off of one hitter. All I needed was Freddie Freeman, but today we're going to be back stronger than ever. That was a little bit too much information you didn't even need to know, but guess what? Now you know it. So guess what? It's bounce back day, Monday. It's June 9th, 2025. And let's get a player prop video. I'm going to go over some of the player props I like in each of these games. I got 4 of the games that's happening on today's slate that I really like for player props. And I'm going to get right into it, starting with Chicago versus Philadelphia at Philadelphia in Philly. And we're going to start with my first favorite player prop in this game. We'll start with Nick Castellanos at one hit. I know, minus 230, juiced. You can parlay this. But I think it's a really good matchup today for Nick Casty. Casty in this matchup against left-handed pitchers, he's batting this year 300 with a 785 on-base percentage, which is really good. Against Matthew Boyd, he's a 400 batting average. He is going to crack him. And the one thing that I like a lot about this play is the head-to-head matchup against the Cubs. 9 straight games he's gotten a hit, in each game they play the Cubs. So I like my chances of Cassie getting a hit. And in the pitch mix, let's look at that. Fastball, pretty good. A little bit high K rate, but on-base percentage is good. Changeup, on-base percentage is good again. A little bit high K rate, but these Philadelphia Phillies, they love to strike out, okay? We got a low on-base percentage and a high K rate for the slider, which is something that most of these batters struggle on this team with. And then the cutters are pretty low as well. But then when we get to the sinker, that boy goes lights out. I think they all hit the sinker well, if I'm not mistaken, on this team. Most batters hit the sinker well. Because when the sinker doesn't sink, it stinks. That's what I've heard. That's the terminology, okay? I didn't make it up, alright? Alright, let's get right into it though with the next pick of this game. Nick Cassidy to get a hit, minus 230. But then my favorite hitter for today, which is really good odds. You're getting minus 165 on most books, minus 160 on DraftKings, minus 170 on other books. I don't fucking know. I don't care, because guess what? I have to use Hard Rock. I'm in Florida. I'm in fucking bet prison. So let's go with my boy Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA. That boy with the blue hair. He's just been lights out this season. That boy has just been too nice. He is literally one of the runner-ups for MVP this season. Really great player, solid all around. Head-to-head is a 50% hit rate, but to be honest, I'm not even caring about the head-to-head rate because last year is not indicative to what the player he is this year, even though it was a 50-50 chance for this year as well. But him against Zach Wheeler and against right-handed pitchers in general, my boy rakes. My boy hits. He slaps, okay? And I'm riding with my boy Pete Crow Armstrong, man. He's a really good batter this year. And overall, he's going to be a really good batter in the future. So he's going to be solid for the next couple years, man. 10 years, man. Baseball, they last so long being great, you know what I'm saying? Aaron Judge, I don't even know, bro. He's going to break so many records. Greatest hitter ever. But Pete Crow Armstrong, him to get a hit. Last 5, 80% hit rate. Last 10, 8 out of 10. And I just love the average. 2 out of 3 times he's gotten a hit off of Zach Wheeler. Both of the times were doubles, and both of the times he drove in and runs. So another good bet for today that I would say to take it straight is Pete Crow Armstrong, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I think that's a great straight play in which I'm going to put all the plays that I really like in the comment section. I'm going to put the straight plays, and I'm also going to put the parlays that I like. But Pete Crow Armstrong, I think, has the best matchup on the Cubs to get a hit today. And the other thing that I like about this game, too, is Zach Wheeler's earned runs. His line right now is at 1.5, and I think that's a really good play. It's a very low line, and I don't think 1.5 is really that many runs. Whenever I see 1.5 on the board, I typically take it in certain cases if it's going against a good offense, like if it's going against the Cubs or going against the Yankees, or if you're going against the Dodgers or one of those top-tier offenses. I would say Padres, but they're pretty ass right now. But if they're going against one of those top offenses, I would definitely take the 1.5 on a good pitcher, just because 2 runs in a 6-inning pitching outing by one of these good pitchers is not a lot. They can give up 2-run home run in 1 inning and never give up any more runs, or just have one bad inning to give up 2 runs and that's it. So I like to take 2 runs typically, especially in this matchup. And if we see Pete Crow Armstrong, we'll go to the pitch mix after, and then we'll go check Zach Wheeler after. Fastball, high K rate, on base percentage is still 304, which is not bad. So that's not bad. Sinker, everybody slaps the sinker, like I said. Slider, he's actually pretty good on the slider. Splitter, he's pretty bad on base wise, but K percentage, he doesn't strike out a lot to it. So we like to see that. That means he gets the bat on the ball at least. Cutter, good on base percentage. And, I mean, the curveball and the cutter, two good on base percentage, and the cutter he just kills. But Zach Wheeler doesn't throw the cutter that much as these other pitchers. He's going to throw the fastball a lot, which I'm pretty sure PCA has seen this all year. So he's definitely going to be good on the fastball. So I like my chances with Pete Crow Armstrong, and I'm going to go with the Zach Wheeler earned runs as well. I think this is a play that I would definitely run as well separately. And I'll put in the comment section, like I said, what I'm going to parlay, what I think good straight bets for today, and also, you know, my main play of the day. So I like Zach Wheeler earned runs. He gave up 2 last time he played the Cubs, and this was in Chicago. If the wind is blowing, all right, out of Citizens Bank Park, we are taking the over 1.5 earned runs with the ease. And the other reason that I'm kind of liking this line is because the run total is at 7.5. So that means 8 runs in total they're expecting to be scored within this game. So if they're expecting 8 runs to be scored, it's kind of like an even line. So it might be a 50-50 chance. But like I said, if the wind is blowing out since this Bank Park, which actually let's see. I'm doing this right here on this YouTube video. Let's see if we're having good weather. It says wind blowing in Philadelphia. So it might not be a good shot to take the 1.5. Might just go with the hitter props today because I still think PCA can get a hit. But that's more of 50-50 with the Zach Wheeler prop. But he has hit it before previously. But if the wind's blowing in, I wouldn't see a scenario where I take that play just because it can definitely be an easy game where Zach Wheeler just goes lights out and only gives up 1 run. So 1.5, it's a good play still in my eyes. I think he still can possibly give it up, but it might be a little bit sweaty. But it could be a good play. But those are my plays in that game. And now let's go to the Rays and the Red Sox game, which I love this game for props because Brian Bello is a dumpster can. I don't give a fuck how many good games he's had. This boy is not good in my opinion. He's not that good. I don't fuck these Red Sox fans that tell you he's good. He is not that good. And I think he gets smacked today. And it proves my fucking point that, some of these bad pitchers look good in certain, games. They look, pretty lights out. But to me personally, it's just the hitters were cold that day. Honestly. I don't take it as anything else. And look at the teams he's been good against. I mean, Baltimore, they suck. Milwaukee, they still won the game, but Milwaukee can go cold. He's been good against Texas. Bro, they're trash. Minnesota wasn't doing good at that point, and then the rest, they had to run through May. Seattle, beginning of the season, not to the grain of salt. Toronto, ass. But they gave up 3 runs to Cleveland. At home to Atlanta, 7 runs. At home to the Angels, 3 runs. I'm taking Brian Bello over 2.5 earned runs today. I've taken it previously before. I think I did take it in the Atlanta game, and I believe I took it in the Angels game, and both times it slapped. It's just a matchup. I mean, if you look at all the greens on the side of Tampa. They hit the right-handed pitchers really well this season. Brian Bello, or whatever the fuck his name is. Look at the batting averages against these hitters, man. They completely terrorize this man. So I'm thinking, when I'm seeing things like this, I'm definitely taking one player prop from the Tampa side to get a hit, and I'm also taking Brian Bello to get absolutely destroyed. And I honestly think this is a really good play. 2.5, you're getting minus 104 odds on certain books. You get minus 120 on, I think, Hard Rock, minus 125. I really think this is a really good play, and I think the over fucking slaps on this. I think it hits early as well. I think Tampa's been hitting a little bit hot lately. If we go and see how they've been hitting lately. And the run line's at 9 runs. So when I'm seeing a high run line like that, I'm definitely taking the over on one of these pitchers' earned runs because they're definitely liable to get smacked. And Shane Baz is on the mound for Tampa, and Shane Baz, he kind of shuts down the Red Sox, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But if we see the runs that they've been scoring lately in the last 5 runs, 5 runs, 4 runs, 4 runs, 10 runs, 3 runs, they've been pretty good on getting at least 3 runs a game. So I'm liking my chances with this play. Um, Against Houston, they scored 16 runs. There's 13 runs they scored against Houston, and they had cold games where they scored 1 run, where they scored 0 runs. But if we're seeing the trend, they are trending in the upwards trajectory when it comes to offense. They've actually been scoring a lot more this season, and their offense is not that bad. They don't have that. They have pretty good hitters. I mean, Caminero is a good hitter. Aranda's a really good hitter. Diaz has been pretty good this season. Brandon Lowe's been pretty all right. So they have pretty serviceable hitters. So I'm definitely taking the 2.5 earned runs. And my favorite hitter today is Jonathan Aranda. I think Jonathan Aranda today slaps his 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. But we can definitely just take him to get a hit and add this to the parlay. I think these 3 hitters, Jonathan Aranda, PCA, and Nick Casty for a parlay will be a really good play today. I think this is like going to be the main parlay that we're going with. Jonathan Aranda, PCA, and I think Cassie as well. I think we might add one more to the parlay, which is Bellows 2.5 earned runs. I think we go that 4-man parlay. Shit, maybe do a 5-man parlay. Let's start Monday right, you know what I'm saying? Let's start Monday off with a bang. But those are my favorite plays. Jonathan Aranda to get a hit. Actually, let's go a little bit more in depth with Jonathan Aranda and why I like it, just so you guys can have a little bit more information behind it. Last 10 hit rate, 7 out of 10 games. All right, last 5, I guess 3 out of 5 hit, then doesn't hit. But I'm thinking he has a great matchup. And in Fenway, bro, it's such a hitter friendly ballpark. I think he definitely has a great matchup. And if we see all these greens, look at this against left-handed batters, 299 average. Brian Bello, I'm telling you, bro, he's not a good pitcher. He might look decent in some of his games, but he gives up a lot of hits, and I think he's just going to get cracked today. Aranda, 338 average against right-handed pitchers, against the sinker, 12% K rate, 313 batting on-base percentage, or OBA, 26% K rate against the slider, but OBA is 390, still really good. And bro, it's just against every pitch against him, he has a good OBA. So we're definitely taking that. 313 OBA is not bad. 338 is not bad. 390 is definitely not bad. 474 is amazing, and 407 is amazing. So definitely we're taking my boy to get a hit. I think in the pitch mix that he's going against, it's definitely very favorable for Jonathan Aranda. And now let's go to the next game that I like, which is the Braves and Brewers. And I think my favorite prop of this game is Jackson Chourio to get a hit. Jackson Chourio is going against Chris Sale, which he's been lights out lately, I can't lie. But I think in this away matchup where he's not playing at home, he might get lit up today. He's been due to get lit up, and I feel like Chris Sale's a great pitcher, but all great pitchers have off games. And I think he's doing off game, especially with how the Brewers have been hitting hot lately. And Jackson Chourio especially, I mean, last 5, he hasn't been hitting well, but when he's getting on a roll, that boy smacks. Against Philly, he went crazy. You've seen this series, and I think he plays up to competition like Philadelphia and teams like Atlanta. So I think he goes off in this matchup against Chris Sale. It's a small sample size. He's 3 for 6 off of him. Low K rate, 16% K rate, a 1.167 on base percentage, and a 500 average. We definitely love that. And against left-handed pitchers, he's hitting 370 on the season, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs, and on 2025, it's 254 average, which is all right, but it's not that bad. We like his percentage against left-handers, like I said, but Chris Sale against right-handed batters, 250 average, 356 BA BIP, and a 256 ERA. So I like my chances in this matchup. Slider, he hits well. Fastball, he hits well. Changeup, he hits well. And the sinker, he absolutely destroys. So, boom, we're loving that about Jackson Chourio. We think we add this to the parlay as well. Why not? Jackson Chourio to get a hit. We see the hit rate 6 out of 10. Last 20, 13 out of 20. 2025, 44 out of 65. Not bad. I think that he keeps it consistent, and he's definitely going to get a hit today, especially after not getting a hit in the last 2 games. Definitely a bounce back spot for him. I don't think he goes 3 straight games without a hit. And if you've seen the last 20, he hasn't done that in the last 20 games where he got in 3 straight games without a hit. And in 2025, he's only done that twice this year. So I'm like my chances of him not going hitless again for the 3rd time. So that's my favorite pick for this game. I also like the earned runs for Chris Sale. I do. Lately, the Milwaukee Brewers have been hitting well against lefties. Against left-handed pitchers, as you can see, there's some green in there. Rhys Hoskins is really good, or decent against lefties, 269 batting average. He's been hitting well this season. Churio, which is a big bat, is good against lefties. Sal Frelick is good against lefties. I like to take him in left-handed matchups. Durbin, Bowers, and I think some of those hitters could get on board and score 2 runs on Chris Sale, especially with that line at 1.5 again, like I said. And if we see that run line against this team, the Brewers, it's at 7.5 as well. So we just have to see what the weather's looking like in Milwaukee. If it shows it. Oh, right here. It's in a dome stadium. Holy shit. I forgot. Milwaukee plays in a dome. So guess what? It's not a factor. Wind is not a factor. So you know what? If it's the home team, I think Chris Sale 1.5 earned runs. Like I said, I think he's due to get cracked. I think that definitely slaps. I think that's a really good play. Head to head, he did give up 2 earned runs in both of the matchups. So I think it's a really good play. He did it when he went against Milwaukee in July last year and when he was at home against Milwaukee. And it looks like that's all they scored was those 2 runs. Like I said, a pitcher can still have a good game and still win the ball game. With their bats showing up. They score 5 runs. He gives up 2. That's still a good game for that pitcher because guess what? He had 6 Ks. How many hits he gave up? 6. It was an alright game, but he went 6 innings. Like I said, he went 6 innings. If he goes under 6 innings, it's because he had a really bad game and he gave up those earned runs. And so I do like Chris Sale to go over 1.5 earned runs today. In this matchup against right-handed batters, they hit well. Like I said, last 30 days, they ranked 4th against left-handed pitchers, which is very impressive from how they started the season really bad. And the slider, decent on OBA for most of these people, not that bad. 242 for Terang and 225 for Cameron, but Yellich's just 322. We got 345 for Hoskins, 304 for Bowers. That's not bad. They just got high K percentages against it, so they could strike out to it. The OBA for fastball is really good, and the changeup, lower K rate. OBA is pretty decent, and then the sinker, I feel like I said, if a sinker doesn't sink, it fucking sucks. It sucks fat. You know what I want to say. And so last play of the day in the 7 o'clock games. And these are the only games I like for props because I don't really like to play the 9 o'clock games. I like to stay away from it for the most part on Mondays because I feel like it's not my cup of tea on Mondays. On weekend, I like the late games. And Wednesdays somewhat, because they have the first early game and then they usually have the late games. But Mondays, I like to stay away from the late games. But we do have a good matchup with the Dodgers and the Padres, and we might do a special video for that one specifically later on in the day if we're feeling our vibe, you know what I'm saying? But this matchup is Jose Barrios taking on the St. Louis Cardinals, and Toronto's at home. And I like this play today. We're going to have Brendan Donovan, my boy. I don't know why I'm on Wilson Contreras. We're taking Brendan Donovan to get a hit. And the reason why I like this play a lot, last 4 out of 5, that's cool. On the season, 76% hit rate. He has been really solid. Head-to-head, 2 out of 3 times he's gotten hit off of this team. But this is why I'm taking him. Look at all these averages and look how green it is. You see how much green we're seeing today? Hopefully it translates to a W. We might add this to the parlay because Jose Barrios does give up a decent amount of hits. If we're seeing how many hits he's given up this season, I don't think he's given up, top 10. But I'm pretty sure he's up here at least. I'm blind, chat, so. Right here, Jose Barrios, 67 hits allowed. I think he's going to give up at least 5 to 6 hits today. So if we're taking somebody to get a hit against this great hitting squad which is this St. Louis Cardinals team, who I've been literally high on this whole season, saying that they are a great hitting team. I think he gives up a hit, even though last time he played against them, 2 hits allowed. But like I said, last season was not this season. If we're looking last 30, ranked fourth in hitting against right-handed pitchers, and on the season ranked second. And we see the Cardinals average. We see a lot of green. Like I said, the only people that are in the red are Arenado and Pages and Herrera, which Herrera's still hitting 312. And we see good averages on this side. I'm definitely taking my chances with one of these hitters. And Brendan Donovan is a hitter that I really like to take. So I think Brendan Donovan is going to be the hitter we take. And I think that's the last hitter we take on this parlay. And I'll put in the comment section the whole parlay and what we're cooking today. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. And if you're going to tell any of these plays that I provided today, like, comment, share this video with a friend. And hopefully we cash out on some parlays today. Hopefully we win some money. And I'll catch you on the next video, which will be tomorrow. And until next time, hopefully we get a W, and hopefully we have a green day. Peace.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.